Welcome to the amazing story of Benjamin. Today, we're diving into the secrets of goodbyes. In a nursing home, when one leaves, another fills in like Tetris. Today, an old lady arrived with a huge dog her life exudes style. Every day, she flaunts a shiny ring and sits in the yard looking fabulous, but it's a mystery. Does she ever leave, or does no one come to see her? Thanks to the lady, Benjamin learned to play the piano, but even after all that time together, he still didn't know her name. It's like a real-life mystery. Some people just blaze through our lives like shooting stars, leaving behind circles of memories in the cosmic puddle of life. Soon, Benjamin grew stronger, his fur flourished, and Queenie let him out freely. What a liberation! However, here he again bumped into that old man, and just as the old man's words floated away, it felt like fate was rolling in. The captain strolled over and began recruiting. Despite warnings of no pay, Benjamin raised his hand. For him, it wasn't just a job, it was a gateway to the outside world. Benjamin worked hard in the real world, tackling even the dirtiest jobs without flinching. Seriously, the superhero of house chores. Surprisingly, Captain Mike was nothing like the gossip said. He actually paid up and even promoted Benjamin to first mate. Talk about working hard for the harem. Was that the old captain? Or a fancy captain? I guess it was the last time he met a woman. No way, my dad knows about it. Mike was totally shocked by Benjamin's claim. This was definitely the most miserable life story he had ever heard, so that night Mike took Benjamin to a pub for some serious drink. He's been in the shipping business with his dad, but his real dream is to become an artist. Intriguing yet tragic. As he spoke, he showed off his tattoos. Clearly, reality didn't dampen his artistic aspirations. Tonight, Benjamin found an irresistible chance, realizing one's true importance. But on his way back, Benjamin bumped into that random guy from Thanksgiving again. Mr. Button, a button vendor, is fiery and enthusiastic, taking Benjamin to a pub. Under dim lights, they toasted. Benjamin, first trying alcohol, coughed. Tonight's very special for him. Apart from booze, he saw many new things outside the nursing home. When it was time for parting, Mr. Button seemed to have an endless stream of words to share. Truly, time flies swiftly and life rushes by. Growth often ends quietly and unexpectedly, with Daisy becoming a charming young lady. One early morning, Benjamin and Daisy went to Mike's fishing boat and woke up the sleeping Mike's surprise. Even though he was still tipsy, when Mike saw their eager eyes, he decided to set sail. Adventure spirit activated. Just then, a huge ship passed by, heading to the wet shores Daisy longed for. Today, the piano lady realized Benjamin's hair was growing like weeds, and he revealed his young secret. Everyone has to die in front of you. What a huge responsibility. I never thought life and death would come to this. Benjamin, we all end up losing to the ones we love. How do we know who matters? Death always sneaks in quietly, taking away the lady's last warmth. This farewell made Benjamin feel the loss. Now he's 18, and he's finally determined to chase after that life lighthouse which only exists in the distance. At this moment, they had no idea that this promise would become the warmest comfort in their lives ahead. Benjamin followed Captain Mike, heading north along the coastline, leaving behind his New Orleans home, and a vast world awaited his exploration. Meanwhile, Daisy ventured alone to New York, chasing her bright life, but the competition in the dance troupe was fierce, making her just another dance drifter. With biting winds and snowflakes swirling around, Benjamin's previously scrawny body started to stand tall. This winter, they stayed at East Palace Hotel. The captain loved showing off his tattoos. What narcissism! The hummingbird on his chest was his favorite art piece, flapping 1,200 times a minute like a tiny wild fan. Daytime in the north always feels endless, but when night falls, it comes with an indescribable loneliness that's hard to bear. One night, Benjamin couldn't sleep, so he stepped outside, only to bump into a mysterious woman in the lobby. He thought of making some tea and politely asked if she wanted some, but she initially declined his kind offer suspiciously. Eventually, she followed Benjamin to the kitchen, where he learned her name was Eliza. Her husband was a British trade minister, and perhaps he was too busy with work, leaving her alone at the hotel, as if the moonlight was weighing down on. Maybe the moonlight was too heavy that night, or two lonely souls had wandered too long, letting the guard down. In the peaceful night, they shared tons of conversations, and only when dawn broke did they retreat to their rooms, but they still kept bumping into each other in the. Benjamin loved the midnight hotel vibes, with mice scurrying around, and the distant sound of heating and curtains whooshing gave him a sense of peace. Gradually, Benjamin found he loved Eliza, and wrote these experiences on postcards. Daisy seemed a bit jealous, but being in the midst of climbing her career, she had to shove it aside until that day Eliza showed up all dressed up. She brought Benjamin vodka and caviar, making it his first time indulging in such expensive delight. In the tipsy ambience, Eliza gradually opened up about her buried regrets, revealing she once tried to be the first woman to cross the English Channel. That attempt was unforgettable, even though she was soaked in the water for 32 hours.